All right, my friends, welcome back to Frog Boy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and hopefully everything is working out today. We're just live streaming directly from YouTube today. So let me see if we are actually on there. We've got a good. Can you actually hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, from that microphone. Okay, so what is up, my friends? We're just live streaming directly from YouTube today. We're not doing any of that other thing. I want to make sure that the stream stays healthy and doesn't act all freaking weird. But yeah, so I want to talk about this 8 gigabyte thing. I've spent the last 4 days with the GeForce RTX 5060 8 gigabyte GPU, basically the bottom of the barrel GPU for this generation. And to to kind of put things a little bit into perspective, this let's set this one right here, and then let's grab this one too. Okay, so this right here, the 9070 XT, is 16 gigabytes. It is essentially pretty close in between 7900 XT, 7900 XTX. Some games it can actually beat XTX. Some games it gets destroyed by the XTX or whatever. This is a 16 gigabyte GPU. It does have the latest features from AMD. The RDNA 4. Well, RDNA 4 has access to FSR 4. It's got both frame generation and multi-frame generation. If you can use like AMD's fluid motion frames, from their driver. There's a lot of stuff that you can essentially do with a 16 gigabyte GPU, but this thing is actually a pretty powerful beast, especially with those technologies, the upscalers. The AI upscaling puts these GPUs in a different class. Now, I've mainly been using this at 4K. At 4K. I bought the 4K monitor. I've been mainly using this lately at 4K. This GPU would not be that great at 4K if I did not have access to frame generation, if I didn't have access to AI upscaling. So essentially, this GPU. Oh boy, let me see if I can get. Oh yeah, that one's got that like weird little freaking hump right there. And this GPU, which is the 5070 Ti, this here is also a 16 gigabyte GPU. This has the newest feature set from Nvidia, DLSS 4. This also has the multi-frame generation, and better transformer model, all of that stuff. It's more tuned for this generation's of Nvidia's features. This GPU too is also being used at 4K right now. This is essentially, like I said, 16 gigabyte GPU being used on a 4K, being used at 4K. This here does have better ray tracing performance than the previous generation, as does the Radeon 9070 XT. Both of these GPUs are a lot more capable cards, and therefore you can essentially use them at 4K to deliver what I would call a superior high-end experience that you would normally only find on 90 class GPUs. When you get into a game at 4K and you use frame generation and upscaling, and your frame rates are well in excess of 100 frames per second, that to me is premium tier level experience. Now, yes, you can argue all day long that fake frames are not real frames. We know that. We're not stupid. I don't think anybody on the planet would listen to the term multi-frame generation and think, oh my gosh, those are real frames. I don't think anybody would. I don't think anybody, well, I mean, maybe there are people out there. This is 2025, and so I don't know. But you look at that, and you're using a controller, if you use a controller, like you really can't feel the latency at all. Like it almost clicks very good. What's up, Bad Wolf? What's up, Bone Dark? But you look at the experience that you're getting from these mid-range cards. Okay, this is a 70 class card. This is a 70 class card. Essentially, 70 class cards have always been the mid-range card, right? I mean, I've only been doing the PC thing for a few years. I'm not 100% hip to every single thing or all the terminology and all of that stuff. I just call things the way I see them. But you would essentially classify these as mid-range GPUs, right? I mean, well, technically now AMD and Nvidia are wanting to classify these as higher tier. Like these are higher tier cards. At least that's the pricing that we've been subjected to for that. And once you have one of these bad boys in your patty cakes and you use it and you feel that multi-frame generation and you feel that premium tier experience that normally would only be reserved for significantly higher end cards with a higher entry point, you kind of understand that you're like, oh man, that kind of, it really does take a lot of the sting off of the price that you pay for something like this at this performance level. So then we look at the 8 gigabyte GPU, which is essentially, according to most of the other reviewers, a scam in PC gaming. So these cards are now classified as a scam, 8 gigabytes. Thankfully, 4 and 6 gigabyte GPUs are no longer the scam. It's now 8. And I've just spent the last 4 days on this 8 gigabyte GPU. I've been playing the games that I would play. Essentially the reason why I bought this 8 gigabyte GPU, the reason why I bought it is because of the Gamers Nexus video. I wanted to understand why Nvidia would deny Hardware Unboxed, Gamers Nexus, Vex, Daniel Owens, Jay's 2 Cents, Digital Foundry. I wanted to understand why Nvidia would deny these guys access to this card for day one reviews. And because that didn't make any sense to me. I was like, wait, there's got to be a reason. Why would Nvidia not give these guys this GPU? And then it hit me. It hit me after Hardware Unboxed went out of his way to make sure he had a day one review or pretty close to day one review for these GPUs. I understood exactly. And I watched that whole review. I mean, most of it, all the way to the part where he said, it's really not a bad GPU. I was like, wait, what? It's not a bad GPU? All of that freaking stuff that you just went through, making this card look like garbage, you're going to say it's not a bad GPU all of a sudden? Like I don't get it. It's like, so we trashed the card, and then at the end of the point, we tell them, oh, well, it's not really that bad, but yeah, I wouldn't buy 8 gigabytes. And then proceed to go on to Twitter, X, and call out Frank Azor from AMD, who basically said, look, man, we made an 8 gigabyte option for esports players. What are the most played games on Steam? Like, you can legit look it up. Anybody can look it up. It's not freaking it's not hidden knowledge or anything else. You can legit see what the most played games are. Okay. So if those are your games, like think about it. My wife, Case, she only plays Disney Dreamlight on the Xbox. She's got over 20 plus days on that game since it came out. That's all she plays. Does she need, I mean, and it plays just fine on an Xbox Series S on a 1440p monitor. Okay. Like, it plays just fine. It looks incredible. Sparkly, beautiful graphics. It looks incredible. Okay. So you look at that, and so would you tell her, okay, this is the only game you buy, that game would run incredible on 8 gigabytes. So you look at that, and she's only playing that game. And I know there's a lot of other gamers out there that are legit only playing one game. If Nvidia and AMD come out with an 8 gigabyte GPU and they're like, all right, guys, look, we know you don't need all this extra fancy stuff. We know you don't need anything else. We're just going to sell this option. Okay. Like, okay. All right. Whatever. You can defend that. Like, whatever. and you just say, okay, so 8 gigabytes is for those people. All right, cool, whatever. Well, if you think about it, what does Nvidia and AMD do every generation that there's new video cards? What do they do? Like take a guess. Like take a guess. We'll come back to this. I'm not going to tell you just yet, but I want you guys to guess. Let me set that up there for a minute. I'm going to start a poll. Oh, not a poll. We're going to create a Q&A. Okay, I want you guys to answer this. What does Nvidia do every generation for new GPUs? What does Nvidia do? Okay, I want you guys to think about that. I want you guys to give me your best thing, and we'll answer that in just a few minutes. Okay, so what is it? So but let's get back to the reviewers and stuff. Okay, every generation, you know, Nvidia and AMD bring out brand new cards, right? They usually up the power. You know, you get like better performance per dollar, all of that stuff. That was a good one, Coach. Still, you get so when you get an 8 gigabyte GPU and they tell you, and AMD and Nvidia come out, you know, with their little things, and they're like, all right, well, we've got two options. We've got the 9070 XT 8 gigabyte, 9060 XT 8 gigabyte, 9060 XT 16 gigabyte. And they literally tell you, you know, they put up this little piece of paper or like screen or whatever that shows you both options side by side. One is $299. The other one is $349. Nvidia does the same thing. They show you the 8 gigabyte version. They show you the 16 gigabyte version. They got the same name. They got the same CUDA cores. They got the same everything except for memory options. One of them has 8. One of them has 16. Okay. What do they do? What else on top of that? Like, what else does Nvidia and AMD do to try to basically inform potential customers about those GPUs? What else does Nvidia do to inform their customers about these GPUs? Well, okay, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys. They legitimately give out thousands of dollars of free GPUs to people like me that sit on the internet and play and say that we're reviewing these cards. They legitimately give these out to, it's almost like they give them out to everybody so that those people can inform you more, because you're going to want your third party, unbiased, whatever review from a third party that's not part of the marketing department at AMD and Nvidia. So they give those products to third-party reviewers so that they can review them before they launch, so that they can inform you. They give them to magazines, they give them to media, they give them to influencers. They legitimately give them out. All them GPUs that they give out for free are GPUs that you could have bought day one instead of getting scalped or having to wait months before another one comes out. Like, you could have legitimately bought those GPUs had they not been in the hands of somebody that is just going to destroy them without really giving you any information other than the GPU in a little bar chart that goes up, and they talk about percent. That's all they talk about is percent. Okay. They don't show you the games actually playing. They don't really go out of their way to show you anything other than their little 16-minute snobby little video talking about how trash everything is because it doesn't fit their narrative or whatever they're trying to sell to you. So if you're going to buy, in my opinion, guys, I think that you should be more well informed as to what you're buying, for sure. And then instead of that, they accuse AMD and Nvidia of potentially making these cards specifically so they can go into pre-builts so that you can get duped by a pre-built. Okay. Here's the thing. When I went out and I bought my first PC, my first PC, my first pre-built, I ended up leaving with a 3060 Ti, which is an 8 GB GPU. Okay. And this is before 8 GB was bad, because remember, 10 GB was good. 10 GB was good back then, or it was okay, or whatever they tried to tell you back then. And now all of a sudden everybody's like these like VRAM dudes, like I am. Don't get me wrong, like I do absolutely believe that you need more than 8 GB of VRAM for 1440p and 4K. 1080p, I haven't really ran into a whole lot of problems. I mean, Avatar was basically unplayable on anything other than freaking like low settings. So at the end of the day, like I kind of feel like it's these reviewers' jobs to inform you. I mean, that's the whole reason they get freaking free GPUs, is to tell you guys what they are. But it seems like they're just more interested in coming out. Like I watched a little bit of that video that Vex came out with, and that's why like pretty much saying that 8 GB is a scam. Check Discord. Oh man, like so when I have to check Discord, it just messes up the flow of the video, bro. Oh man, now Hardware Unboxed is going after my boy Ancient Gaming. Dude, I legit freaking have zero respect for Steve at Hardware Unboxed, man. That dude's an arrogant fool. He can't even show you guys what the hell's going on with these GPUs. Let's be perfectly clear. The 5060, okay? 5060 that's in my PC right now. The 5060 is an 8 GB GPU. This GPU is literally designed for freaking 1080p. I don't even understand why these dudes would even be mentioning 1440p in a review or anything with this card. And it kind of irritates me that Nvidia and AMD even try to market this stuff as 1440p. The only thing that AMD and Nvidia really need to do is say, look, this is a 5060. This is a 1080p card, 8 GB. We designed this for esports. You know, like right here, it could say esports right here, esports design, or another one that says, yeah, I mean, there is a way to, like, for Nvidia and AMD to correct this. They can put like, hey guys, this is an esports GPU. Okay, we designed this for esports. Should have that esports. Like they have, like, you know, if you look really closely right here, it says DLSS 4, ray tracing, reflex, studio. This cutting edge, like right here on the back. You also see these other things right here. There's plenty of room on this box to add esports, right? Even like a little cool green banner that goes up right here and says esports. That would be very cool. Designed for esports. Like it's pretty easy to do that, so that people don't get misled or screwed or whatever. 3060 Ti was absolutely advertised as a 1440p card, Abdullah. That's why I was mad. And every single one of them reviewers all played along with that. Yeah, it's good. It's good for a 1440p. This is good. I mean, technically, for the most part, yeah, most games back then did play. I mean, we're talking the end of. I mean, dude, I put up a video of the Division 2 on the 5060 running at ultra settings at 4K, and it was like 40 frames a second, man. That's so 2016. I really hope you guys to understand that I'm not sitting here trying to defend Nvidia or AMD for 8 GB. I'm just trying to show you. I'm legitimately just trying to show you what it does and give you the best, well-informed information I can. It's like, look, this card's been pretty good at 1080p. It's not been bad at all. Like, I've been able to play everything that I've tried. The only thing that I've really had problems with is when I tried to load into Avatar at high settings at a high preset, and legit, it was missing squares of freaking, like, it was crazy. I was like, are you kidding me, man? I was like, there's not even enough freaking VRAM for this. I bought a 4060 last year. This was before I knew about VRAM. The 4060 served me well. Ant-Man, if you live within your means, like, you can legit play. Honestly, you could play a lot of games at 4K at like low settings. You really can. Like, you can, even on a 5060, you could play a lot of games at 4K. I legitimately showed you guys Assassin's Creed Shadows running at 4K with low settings. Okay, like, it is possible to do that, and that's the reason. That's the thing, man. Like, everybody wants more for their money. They want, like, oh my gosh, like I said at the beginning of this. Okay, this is a 5070. Okay, this is a 5070 Ti. This isn't 16 gigabyte GPU. I've been playing at 4K using the features to do that. It would, what Jensen said it perfectly. It would not be possible without the power of AI. And that is true, because when I've tried to do it natively, it doesn't work very well at all. It's like, oh, that sucks. Okay. But I turn on the AI and, oh my gosh, it works. And it's actually decent. Look, man, these are probably the best value GPUs I've ever bought, period. You guys remember how upset I got over a 4080, right? 4080 Super. That was a good card. This is exactly the same damn card as a 4080 Super, like all but name. Like, this is legitimately a 4080 Super in power. Okay, and this card delivers well above that, like well above that. When you do a Jensen set and you, oh man, you use the damn AI, it actually works. I was like, oh my gosh, man. Go figure. Look, man, I don't think Jensen's out there to deceive you. I definitely think that Jensen is very, very what do they call it? What the hell's the name for that? Charismatic, very charismatic, very, like this dude here could literally sell ice to Eskimos. I don't think he's out there trying to deceive you. I mean, he legitimately said, look, if you plug in a 5070 and you turn on the freaking AI, it's going to give you like 4090 performance. Like, I don't necessarily think that's a terrible assessment. The only thing, 12 gigabytes of VRAM would hold it back. Some games you would absolutely be able to play at 4K with 12 gigs of VRAM. So yeah, you could essentially turn it on and get that level of performance out of a 5070. I don't think it's all of them. I think he should have said this card. I think he should have said the 5070 Ti, because there's a lot more believable, because this actually does deliver a 4K experience on every game I've played. So I feel like this card would have been a better representation for that, to get his point across. But at the same time, like, he didn't necessarily lie to you. I don't know, man. Like, I listen to what people say. It's so easy. It's so easy to listen to something, and two different people can hear the same thing and see two different things. Okay. It's easy to do that. It's very easy to do that. It's deceiving to a point that, like, bad marketing gimmick. It's not that. I think you guys have completely missed the whole point. Like, if GPUs are not made the way they used to be. Ever since the moment AI came into the picture, GPUs haven't been made the same. They are now run 50%. It's like a split, 50% freaking hardware, 50% freaking AI. I think they're going to be about $500. I think 9060 XT is going to be about $500, guys. get ready for it. I mean, you'll be a lot. It'll be a lot easier to get an 8 gigabyte GPU for sure. I mean, those just came out, and I legit was able to buy one the day it came out. That's why it's good to have third-party testing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Jensen came out, made his claim. Let somebody test it. So I did. I tested it. I bought a 5060 and I tested his claim. I'm like, okay, I bought a 5070 Ti and I've tested his claim. And it's like, okay, I don't mind using frame generation on a lot of some of these games, especially with the controller. I don't feel bad about that. Well, I almost bought a 5080 today, to be completely honest with you guys. I was thinking about it. Honestly, if I could have, my camera's going to go weird. My OBS bot. If I would have gotten, if they would have actually had the ROG or the Astral. Gosh damn it. If they would have actually had the Astral today, I would have probably bought it. I was actually looking at it and I was thinking about buying it because I was like, gosh dang, dude. I mean, I get pretty disheartened, man, covering this stuff because everybody, like when you got like Vex come out saying that like 8 gigabytes is a scam, it's like, dude, it can't. Is it really that much for people to just be honest? And then he's honest about halfway through his video, but you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm going to make Death Stranding 2 videos, yes, on the PlayStation 5. I don't necessarily know. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure 5080 24 gig is going to happen. I should just wait to see, but I don't know, man. I got to make content, man, and nobody wants to watch. I've got 41 videos out on the let me get this over here. I've got content playlists. 5060 Experience has 41 videos with a total of 17.5K views. So not horrible, but not necessarily where I need to be for my content. You know, I need to be higher, man. And the 5060 is just not doing that. So I legit almost just bought a 5080 today to try to bump up the views because I need to stay at a certain point with the content that I've been making lately and the purchases that I have made. I need to stay at a certain amount of views over 200,000, and I've only got 4 days left of this month to try to get another. Let me get back out of here real quick. Let's see, analytics, views, May. I still need another like 35 to 40,000 views this month in like 4 days. I mean, it's not impossible, but like that's cutting it close to the wire to try to get the money necessary that I need to put on the credit cards for the stuff that I have already bought. I use credit cards so that I can buy the stuff and then I pay it back with the ad revenue. I try to pay it off because I get like 90 days or something to pay it off. And so I need to be able to, it's not that I'm, what else am I supposed to do? Reluctant hero? You think I should stop chasing the algorithm? Okay, well, I got to pay for the stuff that I bought, bro. Okay. Nvidia's not giving me money. Nobody's giving me money. I have to pay for the stuff that I buy. And I make the channel buy it. I make the channel pay for it. So it's not that I'm chasing the algorithm. Dude, if I was chasing the algorithm, I'd just be out there bashing 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Don't you think? Like everybody else does? Yeah, basically 90 days, same as cash. That way I don't have to pay a whole bunch of interest on it. Like, I don't want to pay interest on this stuff. I want to pay freaking cash, but I have to let the channel do it because why would I do that? Fizzy soda. Like, see, man, I don't, to me, that's dishonest. To me, that's dishonest. I want to feel what my freaking community would feel. Buying something and taking it back, that doesn't make me feel like my community feels. Putting it on the line, bro, putting it on the line and like trying to make that money back, I feel like that's a better thing, don't you think? I think I wouldn't doubt it being $1,200 MSRP, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, that's what most of the other reviewers do, bro. They buy the stuff, they review it, and then they take it back. I usually just sell it after a while to, get the full experience, buying a GPU and then reselling it. But I'm wanting to try to keep on to some of this stuff, but I don't know if I can. Well, yeah, I mean that doesn't help me this month though. The 9060 XT is next month's views. My plan is to probably put the 5070 Ti back in when I get the 9060 XT and then run that just like I've been doing with this. Like my 9070 XT is in here right now, and then my 5070 Ti is out. I'll put this back in, pull out the 5060, and then put in the 9060 XT because I've got a pretty good amount of videos. Yeah, the 9060 XT videos are going to do good next month. I am buying the 16 gigabyte version. I'm not going to buy the 8 gigabyte. Like I just bought this 8 gigabyte one just for. I should have bought a 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte is what I should have bought, but I wanted to see, dude. After freaking everybody coming out just trashing this card, I wanted to see for myself. I wanted to see if it was actually playable. These dudes will have you paying $900 for a freaking handheld, and then they tell you, no, man, a $300 card is so bad. I just don't get it, dude. Like none of it makes sense to me in the PC space. And if you weren't angry, you could look at it from a realistic point of view, and you'd be like, wait a minute, yeah, this shit doesn't make sense, bro. Like the 5060 destroys the PlayStation 5 Pro. Like it absolutely obliterates it, bro. I mean, the only thing is the VRAM. Seriously, I'm like, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy to be able to kick on all the ray tracing on Star Wars Outlaws, even the Nvidia stuff, and then run it with multi-frame generation at 1080p. Yeah, that absolutely destroys the freaking PlayStation 5 Pro, man. Absolutely. Oh yeah, dude. I was playing Division 2 tonight, guys, at like 40 to 50 frames on the 5060 Ti or the 5060 with I need to get back to it. Yeah, well, you got an update for Division 2 tomorrow, man. We're going to Brooklyn. We're going back to Brooklyn. We're going to Brooklyn, man. Whoo boy, I'm gonna get it. Well, actually, I'm part of the Ubisoft club, so I don't have to pay for that. Resolution for the 5060 is 1080p. I would just stay at 1080p, Phil. Get a good 1080p monitor and you will fully enjoy. Dude, this monitor, I'm telling you, OLED monitor with a 5060 is absolutely incredible. You guys don't believe me because everybody else out there that's bigger than me is like complaining about this stuff. And I don't, dude, I guess I could sell out my clearly it's more beneficial to just do what everybody else does. But I don't know, man. Like I have a hard time telling people false stuff, bro. Especially if I enjoy something, man. Maxed out 1440p would be a 5070 Ti or 9070 XT, Phil. These are the ones that I'd buy to max out 1440p. For 1080p, you can get away with 8 gigs, but it does kind of stress it. It does kind of stress it, you know, to a certain point, especially with AAA games. Like you do have to go to like high settings and stuff. I love my ultra wide, but GTA 6 on a 5060, probably not. I don't know. It depends. It really does depend on how much scalability Rockstar builds into that game. It's got to work on Xbox Series S, so I'd probably say yes. I'd probably say yes. It's going to work. Anything that'll work on an Xbox Series S, I think will work on a 5060 easily. I prefer the AMD experience. Nvidia is fine. I mean, it's great, but I prefer the AMD experience a lot more, especially with the AMD CPU. I'm getting the 16 gigabyte version of 9060 XT. I've already got an 8 gigabyte GPU. I legitimately bought the 8 gigabytes just to see how terrible it was. I legitimately was just going to see how terrible it was. I didn't buy it planning to cap for it. I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. I just wanted to see, could it deliver a gaming experience that I would be okay with? And sure shit, it does. Dude, in all honesty though, I have this freaking 1080, or I have this 4K dual mode monitor that does 1080p too. So I got the best of both worlds, man. Like I think the monitor is the star of the show, to be completely honest with you. I would buy this monitor and then you can buy whatever the hell GPU you want and have a good experience. Like it doesn't even matter. At that point, it does not matter. Because I can get really high refresh on this 1080p. You think your 12 gigabyte 4070 runs better? Oh, I think it does too. I think it does too. I think that the inclusion of AI upscaling, guys, is probably what's going to propel like gaming. I wanted to see what this. I'm going to read this thing out that Onyx sent me, guys, about from Ancient Gameplay and Hardware Unboxed. So it says, Ancient Gameplays replied to Frank Azor. Okay, when Frank Azor said majority of gamers are still playing at 1080p and have no use for more than 8 gigabytes of memory. Most play games are mostly esports games. We wouldn't build it if there wasn't a market for it. If 8 gigabytes isn't for you, then there's a 16 gigabyte model. Same GPU, no compromise. Okay, just memory. And then Ancient Gameplay says, I think the naming scheme is correct, and it should be done this way, as if you take off the VRAM part, the card is exactly the same. So the naming like 8 gigabyte and X 16 gigabyte is fine to me. So Ancient Gameplay says, yeah. Hardware Unboxed chimed in. FYI, the name is AMD Radeon RX 9060 XT. I'm like, why the hell do you even say that stuff, dude? Like this guy, dude, he's so. I'm not going to do the voice every time. Ancient Gameplays responds, I don't know if this is a language barrier or something, but I believe I never said that it wasn't. Oh, damn. I love it. I love it, dude. What are you saying then? Because assuming you understand that the VRAM capacity is not part of the name, it appears as though you were saying nothing. Okay. What I mean is that the die is the same. Everything on the GPU hardware wise is the same besides VRAM. So it makes sense to me that the cards have the same name with 8 gigabyte and 16 gigabyte in front of it. We had this for ages, like the R9 290X 4 gigabyte and 8 gigabyte, and way before that. I was just giving an opinion here, and yet you seem to be kind of bothered by it and even kind of cocky with me. Cocky with the, it appears as though you were saying nothing, even though I stated it said it could be a language barrier, as I am obviously not a native speaker. There is no language barrier issue here. I understood your first comment just fine. You are very, very clearly saying that there's no issue with the name. Past examples weren't necessarily good either or valid justification. And as others have explained explained, it's in apples to oranges. Dude, this guy is so, that hardware unbox dude is so arrogant, man. I'm glad he blocked me, man, because that guy is such a freaking, I understand what you mean here. Okay, Ancient Gameplays responds, I understand what you mean here, but again, it is my opinion. You might not like it, or you might not share my vision, and that's fine. But again, entry-level GPUs were never meant to play at maximum settings, and I'm pretty sure that there won't be any game nowadays that would be constrained by 8 gigabytes at 1080p high settings, even the heavier ones. But again, the point still stands. It is the same GPU with a different amount of VRAM. It is 2025 and not 2015 or 2005. People have a lot of info at hand, and don't get me wrong, I do understand your point, and I think they could make only 16 gigabyte VRAM for sure. But again, this is an entry-level card. At least it has X16 PCIe lanes. 1080p high. Again, this is going to age very poorly, justifying in any capacity the sale of 8 gigabyte GPUs in 2025 is going to be a horrible mistake. Oh, wow, dude. That dude is so arrogant, man. That dude is so arrogant. So if you don't agree with him, then Mega Slots, what's up, man? If you don't agree with him, then you're just adding to the thing, and it's like, no, dude. Like, that dude is so arrogant out there trying to tell AMD how to price their cards. Oh shit, they're selling for $1,000, man. That right there should tell you that he doesn't know what he's talking about. Clearly, people are willing to pay for something that's good, man. Don't I feel any wrong when you run games unstable native resolution and your card making sound and heat? What are you talking about? Fabio is my friend, man. He's my buddy. He's my pal. Intention is to think about gamers who don't want to pay too much for. Dude, here's the thing. This is the way I feel about pricing, man. It's like, look, bro, this card right here cost me $839. $839. I even had to buy a power supply with it just to get it, because essentially that's how dirty the thing can be in the PC space. If you want something, you buy it. If you don't want something, you don't buy it. That's all I can say about it. Oh, absolutely, bro. I would never buy a used NVMe. Why would you? Just buy one new. They're cheap enough. Just get a good one, man. Crucial makes good ones that are affordable. Western Digital makes affordable ones. Maybe stay away from like the, just try to stick to name brand ones, and you'll probably be all right. I mean, I legit bought 2 gigabytes for a couple $100. T598, absolutely. I think you'd be happy with that. I don't see why you wouldn't. What are you coming from? If you're coming from like a belt-driven wheel, yeah, dude, the T598 is a beast. I like the T598. Oh, you got a Logi? Yeah, dude, it's absolutely gonna blow that Logitech away. Absolutely. It is a little bit it's still not 100% mature. So you might run into like some things that like might not that might not feel right, but it is an incredible wheel. I love it. I think it's absolutely incredible. And it's going to absolutely blow your freaking mind coming from a Logitech. Nice, noob. I like the design philosophy of that arrow, bro. That card looks great. Ooh boy. And it's got actual metal and white plastic. You know how rare white plastic is, bro? Like, oh my gosh. I know how expensive. Dude, I made that joke. I said it was a rare plastic, so you got to pay a premium for it. And somebody legit in the comments section decided to explain it to me in nerd speak that I was like, dude, whatever. I'm like, this stuff goes over your guys' head sometimes, and I'm like, whatever. Heatsink on the NVMe. Does your board not have a built-in heatsink with it? If your board has sometimes, like your board might actually have heat sinks for it, Erald. I know mine does, but you don't necessarily need it, but they do keep them cooler. It will prolong the life of your card if you do get one. Stuck here with the 4070 Super. On one hand, I could sell it and still profit off it a year later, but put the money always savings and get a 5080. But I honestly don't feel like it. Chris, if you don't need an upgrade, bro, don't upgrade. You don't need to upgrade every single time a new GPU comes out. But here's the thing. If you do it now, Chris, and you sell your card and you buy a 5080, then in a couple of years, you're just going to want to sell the 5080 and buy a 6080. You know what I mean? Like the cycle never ends, bro. Use it until you decide here's my advice to anybody with GPUs. Okay. Every 2 years, you're going to get a better option every 2 years, whether it's a 10 to 15% boost, there's always going to be a better option every 2 years. So you have to decide when it's right for you to upgrade. Yes, you're always going to love more power. It's always going to be better. It's always going to give you a better experience. So you decide when that experience needs to be better for you. That's what I would say. If you do what I do and you just kind of shoot for 60 FPS minimum, like you're fine, dude. Like you don't need to upgrade often. I'll wait too. The RTX 4060 laptop and it works through a 4K monitor. Yeah, you can definitely make it work. It might not look that great though. 7800 XT for 480. Oh yeah, dude. 7800 XT is basically all you still need right now. I think that is a good card. I wish I still had mine. Talk spec computer. What do you mean talk the specs? It's just high for gaming. Yeah, 24 gigabytes. You don't necessarily need that. A few weeks ago, I ain't going to upgrade for a while. Maybe a new AIO every couple of years or CPU. You know, that's the funny thing, man, with like PCs, like having a channel, like I upgrade every generation. But if you, I don't know, man, like it depends on the game. I would wait until you find a game. Honestly, guys, if you buy a game and like it runs like crap on your GPU, and it's something that you really like or you really really love, then maybe you upgrade. But you got like the 2-hour return thing on Steam, so you can always return it and then buy it again later down the road. Hey, what's up, Steven? I've noticed something. I have a question. Step 4 in 2025, 64 gigabyte DDR4 or 32 gigs DDR5. I don't know, man. Like, do you if you have an AM5 board, you're gonna have to have the DDR5. Yeah, no problem, brother. That's why I'm grabbing. Thoughts on the B580 for 1080p 60? I think it'd be fine. I think if you stick with 1080p, that's a good. The only reason I haven't bought a B580 is because I reached out to Intel, bro, and I asked them if they would send me one, and they said they weren't interested in having any more reviewers. So I just said, fine, I ain't gonna buy it then. Especially for like $400, man. It was like way overpriced, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna buy it. The only reason I still buy Nvidia is because I kind of don't have a choice, bro. I'm an AMD fanboy, straight up. I like AMD. I would much rather just play games on AMD because it just takes all the all the. I don't feel as like eager to have to upgrade all the time with AMD. I don't feel ripped off or lied to. Actually, this is the first generation with with Nvidia that I don't feel completely ripped off. I wouldn't pay no five. I would pay $250 for an Intel, but I'm not gonna pay the $400 for it. You don't deserve one. You don't deserve a 9080 XT 24 gigabyte. Sorry, you just don't deserve it. If you deserved it, if AMD wanted us to have it, we would have it. They would make one for us. What's up, Bobby? Dang it, Bobby. You always showing up late, Bobby. 9600X with a B580. Nice. This is the system I'm going to keep for at least the next 5 years. You think 5 years you'll be able to make it for 5 years? I don't know, man. This is my thing with that is we're going to have a new console generation soon. So yeah, I think most of the cards out right now, bro. I don't know. Like, I think okay, there's some games that I would consider upgrading for. Witcher 4, Grand Theft Auto 6, and then out of everything right now, those are the only two that I would be like, ooh, man, I would consider an upgrade, spending more money, but yeah, I'm gonna get Mafia Old Country. Big World, the Moon video card. $5070 Ti, 18 gigabyte. I don't think they're gonna do an 18 gigabyte. I'm just gonna buy video games and make videos. I think that the 5070 Ti so far with the frame gen, multi-frame gen has actually been pretty good. So I don't necessarily think I would need to upgrade. And if I can't play at 4K, then I've always got 3440 by 1440p or 1440p. Actually, I got 1080p as well. So I don't really need, I probably won't really need to upgrade for a while. The only reason I would do it is for clicks. The only reason I would upgrade is for more clicks. $4X is actually pretty impressive technology, man. I was like, I'm finding it to be very pleasant. MSI is not making them for no more. Dang it, Bobby. Dang it, Bobby, you're late too. Always late to the party, Mr. Joe. Happy Memorial Day to you guys too. They should be on Team Red for sure. I have two 7800X 3Ds. Both of my builds have 7800X 3D. Console warriors who have lost along. Oh yeah, dude, the console warriors, man, those guys are funny. I used to be one. I used to be a good warrior. When I started this channel, I was a good warrior. But then I gave up. I was like, yeah, never mind. Once you go PC, man, my senses were just way too overloaded. Huh. Only the PlayStation ones. The PlayStation ones are quite diluted. The Xbox guys, I don't know, man. I've always like having the channel. Like the PlayStation guys were always more in your face. The Xbox guys not so bad. Oh, and I have been driving the freaking PC guys upset. You can't not agree with us. You have to hate 8 gigabytes too. Why? It plays fine, dude. See, I'm an actual video gamer. Like I like to play video games, so being able to play a video game is more important than some stupid narrative that everybody's trying to. I'd rather just play and learn how to play and tell you guys if it plays or not. You know, get back to some of that old school content that everybody used to know and love. It 1080p. I don't know, man. You need this monitor for 1080p though. I think that's probably a better. This monitor is significantly better than the GPU. That's for sure. PS5, bro, they lost their way. Uncharted 5. I don't know, man. Maybe never. And 1080p is a great resolution still. Ultra, yeah, 1440p is a very good. See, 1440p is like the in between, man. Yep, that's where mine is too, man. In 480 mode, I've been using that a lot. I don't know, man. Like I put out 41 freaking videos in the last 4 days. 41 videos. Can you guys believe that? Oh my gosh. 41 videos in 4 days. And I need them to do better. $17.5. Well, everybody wanted like specific games, so and I wanted to cover games that I wanted to cover too. So I just put out videos for all of their games, dedicated videos. 100 FPS, nice. Oh yeah, dude. Tainted Grail, very good. It was pretty well optimized. It's not an old resolution. 1080p. You know the biggest difference in my opinion, dude, is HDR. HDR at 1080p is still great. Not having HDR on 1080p is what makes your image quality not look that great. High definition. Oh man. See, don't get me wrong, like 4K looks awesome, but dude, most of the stuff we got can't even really push 4K. Oh man, you can push 1080p hardcore these days. Imagine this. You get yourself a 1080p monitor with HDR and OLED, and then you get any GPU, like legit any GPU available today, and you can legit have an incredible gaming experience all the time. Yes, exactly, man. This monitor is very future proof. This monitor literally future proofs all of my cards, man. Like I'll be able to, I could still probably get 1080p max settings on this GPU right here for a very long time. For what do you guys think? How long do you think the longevity of this is at 1080p max settings? I think that'll last a long time, guys. A long time. And now that everybody's making these dual monitors, bro. Yeah. See, so you got a two for one, bro. You've got new monitors that can do 4K 1080p, and then you also have GPUs that, yeah, dude, that multi-frame gen, bro. Multi-frame gen. Oh, 1080p. Oh my gosh, man. But I can feel a little bit of latency. No, if I put this in and use 4X on 1080p, it's like 400 frames, dude. It's legit maxing out my 480 hertz. And boom, it just feels incredible. Oh yeah, dude, multi-frame gen at like on a high refresh screen, absolutely, absolutely incredible, absolutely incredible. And think about it, if you have like a 144 hertz screen and you max it out on that, the thing is even if your multi-frame gen goes past your screen, past your screen's freaking refresh rate, you still benefit from those like you still benefit more than you don't. You don't get the screen tearing or anything like that. Our RTX 4 series will have 4X frame gen in the future. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Gosh damn freaking, oh, this camera. Got to get the camera to work with me. Work with me, camera. The camera wants, I know, the camera wants to be all up in my grill, man. My grill. Hey, are you guys getting any stuttering issues or anything today? Are you guys having any kind of loading or any, like, I haven't heard one person mention that. Yeah, I think from now on when I live stream, it's just going to be 1080p, bro, right through. I'm done with Streamlabs and all that stuff, man. It just doesn't work. Does not work good. I can just do it here. Yeah, because I'm going straight through freaking YouTube, man. Yeah, I don't see any reason to crank it up. 1080p is not a bad resolution. Stuttering, shut it up. The yeah, see, I was like all fired up when I started this live, and now I'm just distracted, my friends. I got to get some of them like little GPU freaking displayers. Get the little frog on it. No, man. Like I just fight them with truth. I haven't tried Arc. I don't have any Stellar Blade next month. I don't know about that game. I mean, I'll try it on Steam, and if it's not better, like it felt super sluggish on PS5, so I just didn't buy it. Customized frog for your gaming room. I got a frog. He's right there. My last AAA game I bought was Fallout 4. Oh man, nice. You haven't played any other AAA bangers since? Arc Raiders? Yeah, when Arc Raiders comes out, I'll definitely test it. I know, huh? People like streaming on Twitch at 720p. What AAA bangers? They're all AAA bangers. I don't know, man. I like Doom. I thought Doom was incredible. You should play it on Game Pass, though. I don't know why everybody all of a sudden got price sensitive. Mind's Eye. I'm definitely gonna check out Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye is one I'm gonna be checking out next month. All the previewers said it was trash, but whatever. Simulator and survival. Oh, I see. Could be a GTA replacement. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Battlefield 6. They're all the previewers said that it looks like horrible. They said that Mind's Eye was trash, bro. I saw 4 minutes of video and it was trash. I'm like, you saw 4 minutes of video. Yeah, I got the Oblivion remaster. I'm working on playing it. I got most of my playtime on it on the 9070 XT. For some reason, my save's not going across on Steam for both systems. It's crazy. I don't know what the heck is going on. You like those vape hits? Don't try to pretend you don't. Stellar Blade on PC? Of course you are. Of course you are. Stellar Yams. Everybody's getting Stellar Yams. Stellar Yams. Stellar Yams. Mr. Do as I say, not as I do. When one day he says he's going to sell off his Nvidia GPUs, and the next day buying a 5060 that runs out of VRAM at 1080p. And didn't run out of VRAM. When did it run out of VRAM? It didn't run out of VRAM for me. I've played over a couple hours on the 5060 on that game. I hate attractive women. I know. The freaking 5060 is running just fine. It's a perfectly usable card. Anybody that expects to get supreme settings with path tracing out of a $300 GPU, dude, that would be your first problem. You would be stupid to think that. But then again, there's people out there like, oh my guys, with NVIDIA, you got ray tracing. Yeah, dude, I've been showing people the optimal settings for the 5060, bro. Most of the time we at high. I don't you. Yeah. Hardware Unboxed, Vex, yeah, those guys. I don't know, man. Like I could just parrot the same crap that they parrot, but why? What would that do? What would that do? Then everybody just, yeah, dude. I don't know. I did play Indiana Jones on the 5060. Like I just said, I've got over a couple of hours playing Indiana Jones on the 5060. I think I did probably a total of 60, 70 minutes of freaking video on it. The cost of diminishing returns for going above 1080p 60 and adding those like RT and PT isn't worth it. Oh yeah, dude, it's just not. Worked just fine. I put up a video on it. It ran just fine for me. Got a free 6950 XT, and that was a price Jensen couldn't compete with. Also got my first blue screen since Windows 7. Oh, nice. Nice. I just think that, dude, if you're buying a freaking GPU for $300, don't expect to get top tier freaking stuff, dude. Like I don't know, man. Like you would think that it would, but yeah, that's just not the way the world works. Hardware Unbox. Well, Hardware Unbox, dude, that dude's such an arrogant freaking dude, man. I mean, let's just put it. Let's just say it what it is. Without Nvidia, they would be nothing. He would be absolutely nothing, dude. Look at him. He straight scrambled to get that 5060, that trash card. He scrambled to get that review up, man. He's a legit in Taipei, Taiwan, and he's scrambling to get a review up for it. Really? Got MSI bringing him everything over there so that he can get a review up, because that's how much he don't like that card. He had to get one out. I had to be heard first. You're gonna hear me first, whether you like it or not. No, you can turn on the AC. I'll be done. I can be done.
No, it's fine. You're not. I just was telling you.
Oh. Digital Clownery. Did you guys hear them in their 5060 review? Everybody got a preview, but we didn't participate in it. And I'm like, dude, you guys participate in all the previews. Why not this one? Because we didn't want Hardware Unboxed and Gamers Nexus to make fun of us. I'm like, dude, everybody already knows you guys are freaking Digital Clownery, Digital PlayStation Foundry. Dell ran one game better in what? Alex Portres. I know, man. That's okay. You know what I mean, bro? Have you even tried 4X Frame Gen Met Prism? I don't even think you've tried it. It's not even that bad. Like it's legit not that bad. Yeah, single frame gen sucks. I agree with you. On the Nvidia 40 series cards, yeah, it was not that great. I was like, oh boy, but this generation's a little bit better. Maybe you should get a 50 series card and see. If you've got a good frame rate, man, oh boy. When it maxes out your screen refresh rate, dude, it's been very good on these GPUs. Even on the 5060, it's actually pretty good. How's it worse? I literally just told you it's better. I literally just told you it's better. But whatever you want to believe. Believe whatever you want to believe. I don't care anymore. I just give you guys my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, I don't care, bro. Actually, it's not even, it doesn't increase your latency really that much more than what regular. You take the biggest hit when you first turn on frame gen. When you go up, it's like it's still under 100 milliseconds in every single game. Like that is more than sufficient. Dude, nobody would be playing at 30 frames per second, Matt. I get well over 60 just using DLSS and stuff, like well over 60 on most of the games I play. Like I said, adjust your frames and then you get good experience. Trust me, man. Jensen literally bet his whole freaking gaming division on. 100 milliseconds is worse than 30 FPS latency. Yeah, if you clearly don't understand like what it does. You gotta actually freaking play a game at 4K with the best visual experience of 5060. Oh no, that's not possible. Delicious dino sauce. Like I would start at low settings and see if it's playable. There you go. That's start everything on low and see if it's playable. Yeah, 70, 80. The more frames you can get is pretty much what your latency feels like when you're playing. If you got 100 frames and you turn on MFG, then you feel like you're playing at 100 frames. I hated frame generation on the 40 series. I legit hated it. I thought it was terrible, trash. It was stuttery. It just wasn't good. MFG actually feels significantly better. I think it has to do with the transformer, because you're using a transformer model for the frame generation, as opposed to just using like whatever they were using on the last one. Because it feels good and it's very predictive and it feels damn good when you're using it. Well, if you haven't used it, then you should probably use it before you sit and tell me how to feel about it. Because I felt it. See, look, I can feel it. Like I know what it feels like because I have access to it. I know what it feels like. And it feels good. Like I can legit play my freaking games with it, and it feels incredible. Not on every game, but on most of them, on the majority of them. Like it is good. Especially the ones that's built with it in mind, the games that actually add it natively, those feel significantly better than the ones that you have to flip it on in the on the driver level. The ones that are actually optimized for it definitely feel significantly better. Yep, exactly, Cave. It's like 44 milliseconds most of the time. Is what I was saying is you can essentially go up to 100 milliseconds on a controller before it really starts to get horrible. Absolutely. Only with DLSS 4 though, Mr. Nathan. DLSS 4 performance, yes. Not regular like DLSS 3, no, absolutely not. Flemish, I wanted to try the 8 gigabytes. I wanted to see how terrible it was because every single other YouTuber is out there telling everyone how trash it is. So I wanted to see for myself. I mainly did it for AMD's sake to find out if AMD was going to, or 8 gigabytes was going to be worth the crap. Because they were doing it too. I'm like, oh gosh. Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, on a 1 millisecond freaking latency with a OLED.
Oh.
Yeah. Most of the games, some games like you can use it, but and it feels fine. Some games it doesn't feel that great. But most of the stuff that I've played has been satisfying. Oh, nothing like hardware and box coming at you, man. That guy, I don't know. Yes, everybody should strive to get OLED HDR over freaking a new GPU, to be completely honest with you. OLED is the best. I don't know, man. I think that before people give multi-frame gen a hard time, they should at least try it first. But you know, it's easy to freaking nitpick that. It's very easy to nitpick that. Yeah, but your 5090 has multi-frame gen, so it absolutely obliterates the 4090. You don't believe me? Try it. Just try it. All you got to do is try it, man. That's it. Just try it. Are you even a real gamer? No, probably not. You're a weekend warrior. Anything under a 5090 is a weekend warrior. You're not even a real gamer. You can't call yourself gamer. New RGB TV coming better than old. Nice, nice. It's always nice to get new tech, man. It is. It is. Time to game. Yep. If you can't buy a 5090, you should not be gaming, apparently. Back to the console to be a game. Yeah, exactly. All you need is a PS5 Pro and a 1080p TV. You got called poor on Daniel Owen's video comment section because I said I had a 7900 XT. That's poor. Quit being poor. Quit being poor, dude.
That's right.
Gosh, you guys are poor.
That's right.
You guys are so poor. 7900 XT bros are poor. Yeah, dude, I've read some of like those guys' comment section, man. I just find it weird. It's funny, man, because a 5060, bro, is gonna be the highest sold card on Steam. It's gonna have the most freaking. It's gonna have. I mean, between that and the 9060, bro, I don't know. Those cards are gonna have a pretty good amount on there. And the only thing is like, dude, people buy those, man. They're cheap enough. Like honestly, guys, the 60 class is cheap enough to buy every couple of years just to get more performance on your 1080p. It really is. I mean, and if you're only playing like select games, you don't really need it. I mean, I feel like Rainbow Six is going to come out and need more VRAM though. Can't really game that often. Sports games are streamers as well, so yeah, they might go Nvidia. Is the price? They should be $275. How does that make a difference, man? $300. $300 isn't a bad price. It's not a horrible price. It's not as good as it could be, but it's not. It's low hanging fruit to complain about the price of that. $300 for something that's going to provide so much freaking entertainment, bro. Like really, really. You go to a movie, you're spending $60. You go to the concert, you're spending $135 a ticket. You go like any other form of freaking entertainment, bro, is so much more expensive than what you're going to get for that measly $300 in comparison. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is awesome. $300 for as much entertainment as you get out of it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like if you're buying a freaking brand new PC, yeah, it's going to take a little while. So here's the thing: a $300 slot in upgrade, not a big deal. A full on pre-built for a couple $1,000. Okay, I see your point now. Yeah, you might as well spring an extra couple $100 for a significantly better GPU. You know what I mean? That to me is a better argument. Be like, yeah, dude, don't buy. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back. Andy, you do the live. You didn't want to talk to him, Pandy? Weird, mean dog. Sunny man. I don't. Yeah, I'm more concerned with this generation of GPUs than I am the next one. I just hope the 8 gigabytes lasts these guys a couple years. I mean, even if the 8 gigabyte GPU only lasts 2 more years, it's still freaking more than enough. Still more than enough freaking what's it called? Entertainment, bro. Like you can get more than enough entertainment out of an 8 gigabyte GPU in just 2 years to pay for it. You really can. And then you sell it, and buy a new GPU. You still get at least half your money back when it's Nvidia and AMD, man. You can legit get half your money back. Sell it for $150, $120. Like that's still a good portion of your money back. Do I think that's a good deal? A 40 HP 4070 Super refurbished for $1,300? 4070 Super is a decent GPU. Just stay at like 1080p to 1440p and you'll be fine. I mean, you can theoretically do some stuff at 4K, but at your own risk, man. I can legit find some games and make the 50. So I do trust and believe it would be very easy to make this 5060 look like garbage. Okay. It would be easy. Like it would be very easy. But why would I do that? Why would I do that, guys? I could do that. Like I could legitimately do that. I could make this card look like absolute trash. I could already tell you the games too. I could use Oblivion. I could use Avatar. I could use Indiana Jones. I could easily use freaking Doom Dark Ages. And can I? Yeah, I could use Doom Dark Ages and shoot. What other one? I know there's another one. I mean, dude, I could legit use freaking Control and make it look terrible at 1080p. I could use Control and turn up the I can just increase the bounces to 8 and kill it. Yep, Jedi Survivor. I could kill it with that card. I mean, Cyberpunk, kill it with that one. I could make this GPU look like absolute trash. And trust me, if I don't start getting enough views out of it, I might just do that. No, I'm just joking. Oh, I should just use like I don't know. That's why I start with a game that I really like to see how it runs. I ran one of my Assassin's Creed games first, and it ran just fine. Really? Now you're going to be blurry camera? Hogwarts Legacy, man. I showed you guys the other day. I made it look like crap, and then I made it run really, really good. Star Citizen. I don't have that game, and I'm not buying it. Once it's finished and it has, and it's on, once it's finished and on Steam or something, then maybe I'll buy it. But right now, dude, I am not buying it. Yeah, dude, I could throw on some path tracing on the 5060 on Cyberpunk. Dude, it wouldn't even start, bro. I did try it and it just stopped it. It just stopped playing. 2060 was $350. There's no way. There's no way that card was $350. Was it really? What was the 2060 MSRP at launch? It was $349 at launch? Are you kidding me? What was the 2060 Super MSRP at launch? $399 at launch. Dude, guys, quit crying about this card. This card's incredible. Compared to that, absolutely. This thing absolutely dog walks a PlayStation 5, bro, and a Pro. Yeah, there's no crying about this card no more. Get off my porch. Didn't the 2060 Super only have? Did the 2060 Super even have freaking 8 gigs? 2060 Super VRAM. Okay, it had 8. Okay. But it was clocked at 14 gigabytes per second. No, I'm just joking. Man, you guys are really, people are crying about it. That is $100 cheaper. That is $100 cheaper. 1060. What was the MSRP of the Nvidia 1060 at launch? $249, huh? Huh? What was the MSRP of the 1660 at launch? That one was a good one. That was only $219. Oh, or $279. Wait a minute, dude. So you guys are telling me that we're crying about 5060 being $300 when that's pretty much in between the price range that it's always been? Oh my gosh, dude. Really? Dude, the games in like this card absolutely destroys games from that generation, bro. Like you can legit play them at 4K Ultra. Those games you could play 4K Ultra on that card that barely freaking ran them back then. The 5060 probably barely ran these games, man, at like 1080p or something, man. Dude. No, it's not. 3070 doesn't have multi-frame generation. It's way slower. It doesn't even have frame generation, bro. The 3070's cooked. Cooked. That card is cooked. Unless you want to use AMD's frame gen, 3070 is cooked. The whole 30 series is cooked. 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 It is it isn't performance, it's experience. I don't call it performance, I call it experience. And fortunately, multi-frame gen is gooder than not having it. It's gooder than not having it. It's good to have an option. I wouldn't hang the hat on frame generation either, but it's better to have it than not have it because all them 20 cards and 30 cards are pretty much cooked. Cooked. MFG is a great thing to have, especially when you buy a game. Yeah, exactly. What's the point of having any? Yeah, I like that, Broken Tier. What's the point of having any tech? You know, the same people that are crying about MFG are the same ones that used to yell at me in all caps, DLSS is better. I'm like, whatever, dude. That's why I just think it's funny, bro. Every single person that tries MFG on one of their favorite games and it like blows their mind, dude. That's the thing is once you try it, it's all over for you, man. Lossless scaling is absolute garbage. Lossless scaling, bro. I was like, nope. You get motion vectors and all that other stuff with MFG, bro. Transformer mode. It is significantly better than NVIDIA's frame generation from last generation. It's a lot better. It's a lot better. That's the thing. I think other reviewers are legitimately using lossless scaling as a way to poke holes in multi-frame generation. Because I've tried lossless scaling on a lot of games, dude, and I absolutely hate it. I don't like it. I think it's garbage. And then I try like AMD's frame generation or NVIDIA's frame generation, and it's way better. Both of them are way better than lossless scaling, but everybody keeps saying, oh, try lossless scaling. I bought it. I did buy it. Like I have lossless scaling and it's not that great. It's not good. It leaves this, like when you turn the camera, you get like this motion stuff that's so all over the place. It's as lossless scaling is as good as AMD's fluid motion frames when it first launched. It was not that great. People want to try to relegate Nvidia's multi-frame generation to this $7 app that some dude built in the garage. It's better. It's definitely better. Yeah, exactly. Monster Hunter Wild. Like some of these games are actually absolutely built with frame gen in mind, and they run very good with it. Dude, artifacts is a Digital Foundry problem, bro. Sorry, man. That's a Digital Foundry issue. They're the only ones that cry about that. I can see a little bit of flicker, dude. I've been playing games since Super Mario on Nintendo Entertainment System. Flickering and shit like that doesn't bug me. That's a Digital Foundry problem, man. I'm sorry. I play video games. I don't sit and look for flicker. I don't really give a shit about that. When I turn on lossless scaling and you get like this warbling thing, that's that's a Digital Foundry problem, bro. They're the ones that brought that to life and made it like, oh, it's a digital. Yeah, dude. Digital Foundry out there ruining your games and ruining your mind and making you guys name one game that doesn't have artifacts, bro. I've got some pretty high end gear, bro. And yeah, I ain't found one GPU yet that's literally made every game look perfect. So okay, yeah, that's a Digital Foundry problem. Yeah, exactly. No matter what, dude. Did DLSS 4 and FSR 4 are the closest we've gotten, but you can still see the Johnny Cage. You can still see the Johnny Cage effect when you turn the camera, bro. It's always there. It's always been there every time. No matter what. The shadow kick effect is in full effect every time. Without, it doesn't matter. That's what it looks like to me, man. It's like the shadow kick effect, dude. The Johnny Cage effect, bro. Johnny Cage, everything's a shadow kick when you turn the camera. Dude, I don't even care. I don't even pay attention to that, dude. My mind like blocks it out. Digital Foundry is the only one that can see that shit because they're sitting there all day looking at the same thing over and over and over again. I can see a difference. Look, I can see. I got 500x zoom. I can see a difference. Well, you're seeing it through YouTube too, aren't you? Isn't YouTube making the effect even worse? I think YouTube makes it worse. To be completely honest with you, like, dude, I don't notice it unless I look for it. Like, if I look for it, I can see it. Like, you can see. Name one GPU. Like name one game that you have zero artifacting in. Name one game. Name one game. I'll buy it and I'll try it. If I don't own it, I'll definitely buy it and try it. Let's check it out. Almost completely eliminates ghosting for DLSS 4 and frame gen. Look, I play old games with pixels the size of houses. It doesn't bother me. I have a look to enjoy. Well, yeah, dude, like you're gonna see it. Like the whole thing, like railing against that shit is an unfixable problem. There's zero solution to it. DLSS and FSR4 are the closest solution you have to fixing that completely, and they can't do it. Like they just can't completely do it. I still see the Johnny Cage shadow kick in every single game I play. Turn off the HUD, bro. Problem solved. Dude, it's so easy to go into video games and pick out shit that's in every freaking video game. Oh my gosh, man. Like I said, it's low-hanging fruit to get people all riled up, bro. low hanging fruit, all this shit that doesn't even matter. I'm a real gamer, dude, and it doesn't matter to me. Like I don't ever cry about it ever, not once. Have you ever heard me be like, I mean, dude, the only thing I ever cried about was what was it? Checkerboard rendering, checkerbirds. That checkerbird fuzz K, bro. You turn it on and you get that fuzzy on everything, bro. And I was like, oh boy, like you buy a 4K display to play at 4K, not to play at fuzz K. Them damn checkerbirds ruined everything. Now we got checkerbirds on PC too, man. I don't know. Project Amethyst, absolutely incredible. I'm out of juice, guys. I'm out of juice. I'm completely out of juice. Subjective to me, graphics are a bit like some have better standards than some have better. I don't know. Yeah, dude, 9 times out of 10 graphics can make or break it, but my eyes don't pay attention to that stuff, man. Maybe at first, when I first get into a game, I can spot all the inconsistencies, but then after I'm into it, I don't really care anymore. Well, you better get to bed, Mr. RJ. Go to sleep. Yeah, I'll be getting off here in about 18 minutes. All I know is I've played with this 8 gigabyte GPU all weekend. I've probably played over 60 games on this 5060 in the last 4 days, guys. And man, I'm not finding a massive issue with it. Like there are some games that legit I would rather not play on it, but there's some games that just absolutely shine a lot on this GPU. So it's like out of the games that I've played on it, man, like dude, I'm not finding an issue. I'm not finding a horrible issue. Adjusting some settings on some games, taking it to high, I get really high refresh rate, and I could play them at ultra too, but just adjusting those settings is giving me even a better experience. So it's like, yeah, dude, this is a viable card, man. Like if you need something to get you by $300 for this card, not a bad GPU. And then you use that, you know, you don't have to buy every single new game right when it comes out, and you get a 2-hour return window on Steam. So it's like, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with Nvidia and AMD selling these 8 gig GPUs still, at least at this point. But if games all start following it in the direction of Cyberpunk and Indiana Jones, obviously, you know, like something like Avatar. But here's the thing. Avatar has baked in ray tracing, but so does Star Wars. So does freaking Assassin's Creed, and both of those games play just fine on this card. What's up, Charles Smith? Yep, it is the first time, dude. It is a good card. I think it is. I think it's quite interesting, to tell you the truth. I'm surprised at the experience that this card has delivered for me over the last 4 days, man. I think the features that you get for $300 make this card an interesting value more than it makes it not a value. I think having, honestly, guys, having multi-frame generation, having DLSS 4, I don't know, man. There's an argument to be made that this card is actually a viable option for anybody that has a 1080p monitor that wants to play 1080p at high refresh rate. I think it's good. I don't always put my name on freaking products, bro, but I would vouch for this card being a better experience at 1080p than either of these cards at 4K. It was a good day. Definitely more pros than cons. There are some cons. There are some drastic cons with some games, but I think there are way more pros. The only games you're really going to struggle with on this GPU are going to be are going to be games that are the only games are the ones that are gonna are like gonna have heavy ray tracing, like heavy ray tracing, like path tracing and stuff, like Indiana Jones, and like the ones that have got like the really high quality textures and stuff. It runs just fine on pretty much a lot of UE5 games. Yeah, dude, if you lower your expectations for certain games and play them at low settings or medium settings, I think you'd be all right. I've been able to play everything I've thrown at it. Even Mercury Stream's new game, Blades of Fire, it plays good on it too. I was like, ooh, boy. Yeah, exactly. Indiana Jones at low settings actually didn't look bad at all at 1080p. It looked really good. I think that's the thing, man. Low and medium settings really aren't that bad. My biggest thing is needing, like, if a game has a lot of vegetation, I want the vegetation. I mean, dude, this game like this card dog walked freaking Red Dead Redemption 2 too. I was like, wow, Cyberpunk is a tough one to run on it. I tried it. I had it running at like ultra settings and stuff with ultra ray or psycho ray tracing, and it was running, but it was, yeah, dude, you're 100% using like balanced or performance ray tracing, or what was it? I think I put that video up, didn't I? Let's see if it's up. I think I did put one up for it. Yeah, I did Cyberpunk 2077 experience. I did do that one. That was a tough one, but it worked. It worked. Yeah, Cyberpunk is up. Cyberpunk is up. Let's see. I'll tell you guys which ones I got up. I've got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Actually was able to play that game at 1080p, 120 frames. Battlefield 2042 is up. Assassin's Creed Shadows is up. Star Wars Outlaws is up. Avowed is up. Black Myth Wukong is up. Doom Dark Ages is up. Actually, Avowed ran very well on this card, man. It was crazy. It was crazy good. Black Myth Wukong is up, running that game at like 250 frames a second. Doom Dark Ages up, 250 frames with MFG. Cyberpunk, Division 2, Indiana Jones, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, Tainted Grail, Red Dead Redemption 2, another Indiana Jones game, Black Desert Online. I did that one at 3440 by 1440p. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is up, Hogwarts Legacy, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Stalker 2, Sniper Elite Resistance, The Crew Motorfest, Forspoken, Days Gone, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Hitman 3, Jedi Survivor, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, First Berserker, Control, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Division 2 at 4K. So I put up a lot of games, but I've played a lot more. I just haven't posted all the videos. Run American Construction of 5060. I don't think I have that game on PC. Yeah, Junior's getting a Switch 2 for his birthday. Hopefully I can find one when it comes out. I wasn't able to pre-order it, so I have to try to just get one when it comes out. Yeah, Blades of Fire. I think I put Blades of Fire out. Maybe I haven't put Blades of Fire out yet.
Junior.
I don't know if I put the whole video out. I might have to put that video out. Sheesh, I didn't. I did add it in one of the other videos that I made though. One of the other videos. Ooh, 9070 XT and have no clue how to do anything undervolting. You don't need to worry about all that stuff, Charles.
How you doing?
I don't undervolt or any of that on any of my AMD cards, and they run just fine, bro. You don't need to do that. You really do not need to do that. Yes, you can get more performance and stuff like that out of it, but it is not necessary. If you want to learn how to do all of that stuff, Charles, watch Ancient Gameplays. He usually goes into pretty good depth about all that. You can gain a little bit, dude. The funny thing is most of these GPUs are already maxed out in their overclocking. Like they come pretty overclocked. They're not very conservative on their overclocking and stuff. But I need, oh dude, I got coffee in here. You dump that out. And then I'll make one. Oh, that's way old. I gotta go make me a coffee. Because I'm gonna play some more video game for the rest of the day. Do you guys think I should play the Division 2 update tomorrow, Battle for Brooklyn, on the 5060, or should I jump back to the 9070 XT? What would you guys prefer to see? I did play Helldivers 2. I didn't care for it. I'm not a big multiplayer guy. Nvidia is interesting. Hold on. Let me go put my coffee on. You know what the funny thing is, my friends? I was just thinking about this while I was making my coffee. The 5060 was sold as a 1080p card for $300. The 3070 was sold as a 1440p card for over $500, and it's a 1080p card too. Damn, that sucks. That stings, man. Well, you want some Batman? Bitman? Yeah, I got Marvel's Avengers. Do I have it on PC? Yeah, I got it on PC. I got the Xbox version, so I have it on PC. I had about 15-25% performance. Personally, my card runs a 62C max under voltage. Which one are you talking about? Yeah, I would do the ancient gameplays if you want stuff like that. See you, KDV. I'm actually going to be getting off here pretty soon too. I won't keep you guys that long. I know you got so many other YouTubers to watch tonight. I hate to take up all your guys' time. But you know what? There's people that say they like to listen to these, so I don't know. Maybe I'll start doing them once a week again. If I do it, I'm just doing it like this, having that camera set up. It just gets easy to get on here and kind of like talk to the community. So I think I will start doing these lives again. I just got so tired of the negativity that I just was like, I'm done. You're not really going to save a whole lot of power, Charles. It's kind of, it really isn't that much. Like, seriously, dude, like a couple millivolts or whatever. I just figured, you know, it was more hassle than it was worth. I did though. I sat here like for like 5 hours setting it, benchmarking, setting it. And it was just, dude, it was like pointless. I barely got, I legit got my 9070 XT to be on par with my 5070 Ti. Oh my gosh. But this here is a lot more like, yeah. They got me emotional. Probably, oh man, I zoomed in for that. Probably, I don't know. I don't get emotional often. I mean, there's been some games where I'm like, oh man. Abby, yeah, Abby. No, that game didn't make me emotional. I never finished Heavy Rain, so I don't know. I know there was one that I got emotional on. I just don't remember what the heck it was. I mean, what was that game? Let me pull up Steam real quick. Gosh dang it, where is it? Banishers, Ghost of New Eden. That one had I think that maybe it was that one. Yeah. The 5070 Ti, actually the 5070 Ti and the 9070 XT are very close. Very, very close. Like you can barely tell a difference. One game might play a little bit better on the Nvidia card, whereas the AMD card will have a game come out and it'll be better on that one. So it doesn't even, they're legitimately the same. Maybe the 5070 Ti has a little bit better ray tracing performance, but not a whole lot. Yeah, the 5070 Ti does have that micro stutter, but when you turn on the frame gen, it goes away. Yeah, but with the multi-frame gen, it gets rid of that though. That's the thing. I don't think anybody understands that. It's like if you've got a stuttery game, it fixes it. The what is it? The stutter struggles are gone. It really does cure your stutter struggles. It is probably the best solution yet to stutter struggle. Oh gosh, man. 3070 was sold as a 1440p card. 5060 is sold as a 1080p card. Forspoken, yeah, but I didn't get emotional in Forspoken. But it was cool when she found her mom at the end. That I guess that kind of got me a little bit emotional, but Yeah, the Nvidia app is definitely doing better. I still love AMD's Adrenaline software significantly more. Yeah, exactly. 2060 was sold as a ray tracing card. LOL. I would say the 5060 actually gives you a good taste of it on some stuff. I would say 5060 is almost on par with 4070 Super, maybe, in terms of like the experience you can get in terms of like ray tracing. Only at 1080p though. Well, yeah, but once you turn on fake frames, multi-frame generation, it blows all those cards away. Once you turn on multi-frame gen, it's a 4090. You think I'm joking, but it's true. No, I'm just joking. It's not a 4090, dude. It can barely do 4K on any. I tried gosh, what was it? And it wouldn't even boot up. I tried Watch Dogs Legion in 4K and it wouldn't even boot up, dude. It just went, nope, sorry, you're not having that. Yeah, I mean, well, you know what the funny thing is everybody's saying they're having bad problems with the 50 series, and I'm really not. Like, I legit have played all 4 days this week. Over my 4-day weekend, I've played with this card the whole time. Actually, it's technically almost 5 days because I got it on Thursday, and I've been playing it since Thursday. I took Friday off, so Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today. I'm on chapter 3. No, I haven't beat it yet, Ren. But it looks good. Yeah, GTA 6, I'll buy that one. On the pay station, of course. I might just throw everybody a wrench and buy it on Xbox. Play it on the Series S. I could legit turn on a Series S on a 1080p monitor and fully love it. Actually, I'm going to try that. I'm going to hook it up to this monitor and I'm going to play the Xbox Series X. I might do that within the next few days. Yeah, that's exactly why I want that game. Oh, yeah. I don't play any multiplayer games. Sorry. Fortnite? Really? Fortnite. Oh, man, I freaking hate Fortnite, though. But I'll download it just for you guys and do a Fortniter. Fortnite Lego or regular Fortnite? Which one do you want? Make up your minds. Come on, come on. Should I do F? All right. Fortnite is installing right now. I've got a lot of games on Epic, man. I got some Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters 1 and number 2. Ooh, I could do some Midnight Suns. Does anybody play that? Alan Wake 2. Alan. Oh, shit. Wrong GPU. Damn it. I'm on the wrong system for that. Wrong system. So, all right, my friends. Well, I am out of here. You guys have a good night. Thank you guys for coming in. It was a nice 2-hour stream. We had a pretty good turnout tonight. Fairly good for an LOL for a law cow. Law cow. So we will see you guys later. Have fun. And I will put you out your Fortnite video on the other one. So, all right, guys, have a good night.